Okay. All right. Good morning. Hi, Ten, George Realty. Hope you had a very nice weekend. The weather is getting a little chilly now in the evening and then during the morning. So when you go out and door knocking, put a little bit more jacket on, okay? And don't get sick because this is also the flu season. I recommend you if you haven't got the flu shot, go get a flu shot at least. Or if you're considering the COVID shot, you can also do that as well. But nevertheless, keep yourself healthy through the winter. Well, it's the almost an end of the year. Only you effectively you only have one more month to go because in December hardly everybody working in the real estate. Okay, so put in your little, engine on and do a little bit of a business at the end, as the last stitch towards the end of the year. Okay, and I think everybody is also expecting some uh, interest rate drop for the next week's FOMC meeting. I think that the consensus is that will have a 25 percentage point drop in interest rate. That will be a great help to the real estate office, and they're thinking of getting another one, another 25 percentage point in December. So that is a very good news too. So, if we can get the interest rate down to like 5.5, hey, that would be really, really good for the real estate. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and I think that hopefully we have a good year, at least better than 2024. Okay. Now, with that, I would like to introduce the affiliates today. Let's begin with Nancy Chen.
Good
Nancy
morning.
from Lawyer's Title.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody. Good Monday. Um, I went to a couple open houses this weekend, and for Saturday and Sunday, talked to the listing agent. There were like over 50 people on the Saturday, and yesterday there were like 20 people. So that means the first-time buyers are really serious. Most of them are younger generation, sometimes with the child, and then there's a couple that wanted to downsize. So if the property is under 1.2 million, you are going to get a lot of offers. And that's the whole thing right now. There's a low inventory, but there's a demand. Okay, they're seeing the interest rate drop. They're locking in, or they're trying to. One person walked in was really young. I was like 40 years old. He said, "I have all cash." So there's a lot of people that have money there, and there was a older lady that walked in. She wants to sell her house, and she didn't tell me where it was. Yeah, but she wants to buy the smaller, under $1 million, and she has all cash. So there's people out there. So you just have to be at the open houses, work hard, and there's low inventory. So if you need help in farming, I have got a couple of requests for property that they sold. They want me to give them 100 and 250 homes around that area to sell. And if you sell a condo, you better get a list of all the owners in that condo complex. You already sold one or listing one. You need to talk to these people face to face, eye to eye, toe to toe, to make your first impression and tell them what you can do. So let me know if you need help. Nancy Chan, Lawyer Saddle. Thank you so much. Thank you, Peter, Michelle.
Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, Nancy is very helpful in giving you the leads for listings, and she can even do a one-to-one tutoring. She's very nice on that. Okay, thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. And next we have Marie from Contempo Escrow. Marie.
Good morning, everyone. Marie with Contempo Escrow here to help you grow your business. What's going on in our current market? I think I always say, I think we're in a market we've kind of never seen before. So I think in this situation where we are in a different market, we have to do different things. And I think this is one of those positions where only the strong will survive. And what that is going to require is diligence. So you have to continue to do the same things that you've always continued to do: door knocking, cold calling, reaching out to your sphere of influence, just speaking about what you do every single day. How can I help? Well, wherever you need it. I am not a 9 to 5 escrow officer, never have been. So you can reach me after 5 o'clock if you're with a client, and you can reach me over a weekend if you're with a client. If you have questions on escrow, if you need a net sheet prior to your listing appointment, please give me a call. Again, Nancy mentioned there's a lot of cash out there. There is a lot of the transactions that are coming in right now. There's a lot of cash that's coming through, and we should all probably start talking about the new rules and regulations that are going to come out. Things are changing for us as escrow, and it's probably things that you guys should know about because some of it will affect you. There'll probably be changes I'll be bringing over the next few weeks as they unfold, because mainly the FinCEN criteria is going to change drastically for escrow. And then for all the areas that were involved in the burned area, there's going to be a new step that's going to be required from your buyer and seller to close their transaction. So again, if you have a listing appointment, need a net sheet, you have any questions, please feel free to call me. Have a great week.
Thank you, Marie. And also to remind that Marie is a guru in mobile homes. So if you have any mobile home and all, any question about that, you can always call her. Thank you, Marie. Next, we have the first eagle, Sandy Franco from First American Home Warranty.
Good morning.
Good
This
morning.
is my last office meeting from Minnesota.
Oh, good. You're coming back here.
We are flying home on Saturday. Well, we're flying to Arizona on Saturday. And then I may do next Monday if I'm on from Arizona, but after that, I'll be in person.
Wow.
We are coming
Wonderful,
home.
wonderful.
So yeah, I know that's.
Well, welcome back.
Yes, you know, everything else, all good, right? We'll get through it.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm starting November a little early to be thankful for this. So, and thankful for all of you for your support during these last 4 months. Thank you so much. But I look forward to being in person in just a couple of weeks and at all the meetings, and I can't wait. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm just super happy.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Looking forward to seeing you in person. Okay, I think that's all the affiliates other than our affiliate spotlight today. You should know that we have Alba Moy from Moy Escrow as our affiliate spotlight today. And I always love to see Alba in person because every time I see her, she has a check in her hands to deliver to me. Right, Alba?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Alba.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's very excited to see you guys and to be able to be on your meeting. Thank you for having me. I'm nervous, but let me try. I wanted to ask, okay, I'm Alba from Moy Escrow. I'm just down the street from you. This is my 46 years of doing escrows.
Wow.
I love doing escrows, and I'm always excited to do escrow. So opening escrow, closing escrow is the most exciting feeling, more rewarding feeling. And I get a lot of people asking me questions. What is the grand deed versus a quitclaim deed? What is the difference between the two? So I thought today I'll mention a little bit about that. A deed is a commonly being defined as any instrument or written document signed, sealed, and delivered, which conveys land or an interest in property. So in California, we use the grand deed. In other states, they use warranty deed. The grand deed offers the greatest level of ownership, transfer to the buyer, and a grand deed is the legal document that conveys the greatest level of ownership or title. In a real estate, from a real seller is a grantor, and the buyer is the grantee. It conveys title with legal terms as warrant, generally, or convey and warrant. And the guarantee that the grantor is the legal owner of the property. The grantor offers 6 specific warranties to the grantee that are not offered in any other deeds. The seller promised that he owns the property and he has the legal right to sell it. He also warrants that the title is free of any liens and encumbrances, except those that are maybe specifically noted in the deed, and the grantee that the title is superior to any other title that may exist on the property. Finally, the grantor promises to get any required legal documents that may be needed to make the grantee's title good, and he will defend the grantee's title against all legal claims that may may be made against it, including compensating the grantees for any loss should the title prove to be faulty. These 6 warranties cover the property from its beginning to the end of the grantee's ownership in the future. The quitclaim deed is just a deed. It's a deed to simple all the deeds. It is the deed without any further obligations whatsoever. This deed allows you to quit any claim you may have to a piece of property. So the difference is between the quitclaim deed and the grant deed is any warranties that the deed provides regarding the title to the property. Because the quitclaim deed lacks of any warranties, it is possible that a person executing this deed has a bad title or no title at all. So in a given piece of property. While it is also simplest to execute, a person takes quitclaim deed at their own peril or on their own risk. So I always knew that grant deed is the best, but now I got the definition for you. So you have any questions regarding that? And then I wanted to share also that when you have an escrow that is, let's say, a short escrow. So when you're reviewing the preliminary report, make sure that if there is any IRS, federal tax liens, franchise tax board liens, child support liens, and any lease payment, make sure that you work on those to clear those right away. The franchise tax board, the state of California, is very fast. So their demands takes about maybe 3 business days. They really need the money. So they are really quick in providing you a demand. For the IRS, the federal government, it takes a little longer. They always stay between 15 working days. The best thing to do is have the client contact, when there's this federal tax lien, the client, should already have been in contact with somebody from the IRS and have the client follow up with that person to help with the demand to come faster. If it's a lease pendant, a lawsuit against the property, they need to contact the attorney, obtain all the withdrawals and the releases. So that takes a little time. If they're delinquent property taxes, that one, it doesn't take that long. So that title company will date them down at the close of escrow and pay whatever is delinquent and is owed. So that's pretty good. And child support liens. So don't forget child support liens. So if there's child support liens, you need to, contact the child department, child services department to obtain the mature installment or demand, to close escrow. Sometimes you might want to start calculating the seller might be short or to close. So you don't want to be surprised at the end and to not be able to close because the seller needs to bring in funds. And on some transactions, the seller carry back. If the seller carries back, make sure that the lender on the first trustee loan allows that. So if they don't allow it, the seller cannot carry back to escrow. And then you don't want to be committing lender fraud. And for prorations of the property taxes, right now the property tax bill is coming out. So the fiscal year is from July to July. So July 1st, 2025 to July 1st, 2026. So the first half is due November 1st and is delinquent December 10th. So then that covers from July 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. So the second installment is due February 1st and becomes delinquent April 10th. So it covers from January 1st, 2026 to July 1st of 2026. So I get those questions a lot, how do we prorate it? We prorate that through escrow. And if the property has rents and there's a rental property, make sure you provide the escrow officer with the estoppel certificates and the rents for prorations. Especially in the case if seller is short and there's deposits to be transferred, you don't want to be surprised at the end. So it's good to be informed. And double check with your sellers if there's more than one loan against the property, because sometimes there might be loans that is not disclosed in the preliminary report. So the title company now is getting more strict. They want affidavits, they want owner's declaration to make sure that the seller is stating that they only have that one or two loans and like that. If the property has a reverse mortgage loan, so there will be, the amount is going to be a higher amount on the deed of trust, and make sure you order those demands in time. Okay? Any questions, anybody?
Elba,
Yes.
if an escrow will close after the December the 10th, which is the deadline for the first installment, and you know that it's in escrow and it's going to be they close around December the 12th, should you pay the first installment of the tax?
Yeah,
And
what I
how
do,
you prorate it afterwards?
okay, what we do is we make sure if the seller hasn't paid it, or if they did pay it, they need to provide proof that they paid it, but the title company is going to withhold the amount and the penalty. So if it's paid December 10th, let's say, and there's a penalty, we will prorate the regular property taxes from December. Let's say we close escrow on the 10th. So from December 10th to December 31st. So we'll credit the seller those few days.
Okay, so would you recommend the seller? So for example, if the seller wants to pay the property tax before December the 12th, or maybe like they want to pay the November the 12th, and which is 1 month before they close the first escrow, they can do that, right? And then,
Yes.
and then who will check whether it has been paid or not?
The title company will date it down.
Oh, okay. The
But
title
also-
company will track it down and see whether the property has been paid or not.
Right.
Before they close escrow.
Right. But the most important thing is if they want to pay it ahead of time,
Yeah.
pay it with a cashier check so they can provide the proof that is paid in case the property tax office
Oh.
hasn't posted. So to avoid any withholding of the funds at the close of escrow.
Oh, I see. Okay, so before you close escrow, you have to check with the title insurance company to make sure that the property tax is all taken care of.
Right.
Okay.
And also some of the lenders have an impound account. So the seller loan might have an impound account. So they can ask the lender for a tax paid letter or something like that. So then the title company will not have to withhold money for payment. Because usually they advance the property taxes somewhere in November.
Yeah, all along I thought it was the escrow's responsibility to take care of the tax issues, not the title insurance company.
Well, the title company will date it down and they will actually do the actual payment.
Yeah, anything that's attached to the title company will pay. So escrow should be in front of it, but at the end of the day, title is the ultimate payer of that. But escrow does have to be aware of it and make sure that it's being dealt with.
Right.
Okay, so when they receive the supplemental bill, how do you know that is correctly correctly due by which owner?
Okay, the supplemental tax bill, when it comes out, usually within a year from the close of escrow,
Right.
it will state on the tax bill the reason of the supplemental taxes, which is the adjustment. If it was belong to the seller, it would have the seller's name on it. In other words, for the supplemental taxes, and it will explain why it's being charged. So if you have an impound account, the lender will only pay the regular property taxes. So any supplemental taxes will be the responsibility of the buyer.
I see. Okay, so if the supplemental tax belongs to the buyer, it will mail directly to the buyer. Is that correct?
Right, correct.
Okay, good, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any questions for Alba? No? Okay. All right, then is there anybody or any affiliates that came in late that wants to speak at this point? I think Angie came in late, right? Angie, First American Title.
Yes, I'm here.
You want to talk to us, please?
Yeah, sure. Yes, so whenever we run the prelim, oh, hi guys, Angie Tang, First American Title. When we run the prelim, especially when we do the listing prelims, I break down the prelim for you guys, and they were on the bottom of the middle of the breakdown of the email. There will be a hyperlink for the estimated taxes, because I know I heard you guys were talking about taxes.
Yeah.
So you an estimated amount of taxes. However, sometimes the supplementals are not going to be there yet because they haven't transferred the property yet. So the supplementals, like Ms. Alba said, that it'll come a little later because they have to change from the market value to when it was last assessed, and that's where they get that number from. So if the property has been, I don't know if this part you covered, Ms. Alba, but if the property's been really old and there hasn't been any transfers within like the 30 or 40 years or 20 years, then of course that supplemental is going to be a lot higher for the buyer to worry about and pay for. So I don't know if that was covered or not, but sorry I'm late. My daughter has she's
That's
stuck.
okay. Thank you, Angie, for the
Thank you.
additional comments.
First American.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think that's all the affiliates. Any questions for the affiliates at this point? Okay, if not, we'll go on with the meeting. There will be no lunch and learn this Wednesday, but there were and also no training this Friday because this Friday we have a Halloween party. That's only the in the office Halloween celebration, and the affiliates are not officially invited, but if they want to come, we welcome them to come. We just don't want to obligate all the affiliates to to come because it's after all this is a potluck. It should be a smaller scale party. The reason we don't want to have the big party is because Michelle has been overloaded with a lot of parties lately, and we decided to skip this Halloween party. But we do have a potluck party, and you're welcome to come in with the costumes, and we have a lunch from 12 to 2 this Friday. Okay, and now I want to remind you that there are a lot of resources in the CBC Dash or CBC Dash. Last week we have a seminar from Ashley Wilson, and she talked to us about the resources that are available in those CBC Dash. It's very, very impressive. And they have lots of information. It's more than you can actually handle. But this is those resources are very vital for the practice of commercial real estate. So if you want to get access to it, you have to register for it, and or you have to be certified to be the commercial real estate agent in order to get access to it. And in the Coa Banker Realty, which is the home office realtor, and you have to pay $200 in order to get access to these resources. And here in the High-10 George Realty is free to you, okay, if you are qualified to be the commercial real estate agent. So you make use of these resources, and it's very, very beneficial for you. Okay, and some agents are also asking about the CRE WIN class, which we had last year. We have this CRE WIN class is a 10-week class where they prepare you to be the commercial real estate agent. And during the 10 classes, you learn a lot of financial analysis, how to do listing, how to negotiate commercial leases and commercial sales, and they are very very in-depth training. And after 10 weeks, you're ready and able to conduct yourself as a commercial real estate agent. And then accordingly, then we'll certify you as such so that you can have access to the resources available in the commercial real estate, Coa Banker commercial, and also be known in their network as one of the competent commercial agents. So that is very beneficial for you. But in order to get that designation, you have to be certified. And the first way to get certified is to attend the CRE WIN class, which I just mentioned. This CRE WIN class will be available again next March 2026. The exact schedule has not come out yet, but once it come out, I'll let you know. But be prepared if you want to take that class. It is a 10-week class and consecutive 10 weeks, and attendance is required. You have to attend 80% of the classes in order to be certified. Okay, so but that is a worthwhile endeavor to get this because once you get certified, you get a certificate, and also you get your name listed in the Co-op Bank commercial. Okay, so if you have any further question about this CRE win, let me know or let Michelle know. We'll be able to arrange you to this CRE win. Okay, that's all the announcement, and now it comes to tell you the business that we had for last week as far as listing and new the escrow is concerned. Since Michelle is busy right now, so I'll do the announcements. Okay, last week is a little bit of slower than usual. We only have one new listing and 5 escrow on the book. And last week we only closed 2 escrow. So for the new escrow, we have 5. There are 2 leases by one is by Gary Lee for $39,000 in Arcadia, and then a lease for double-ended by Christine Fan for $34,400 for property in San Gabriel, and then Shimei, Cam, and Harrison came. Cam has an escrow for the property at the San Gabriel for $880,000. Then we have Richard and Christie for a lease in Fontana for $126,000. And lastly, we have Michael Chan for residence in La Ponte for $995,000. As far as the new listings are concerned, we have only one new listing, which is by the Karina Pang for residence in Los Angeles for $759,000. For the completed escrow last week, we have 2. Those are both leases. One is by Christine Fan, double-ended lease for $38,400, and then Gary Lee for also double-ended the lease in Arcadia for $39,000. So anybody have the new listing or the new escrow which I have not mentioned? Now it's time to speak up, or any reduction in price or anything about your escrow or open houses. Let us know. Anybody? Not even 1 out of 24 agents? No? Okay, anything at all? It's open forum. We still have quite a bit of time for today. So anything you want to share with us? You're the thrill of success and the agony of defeat. You can tell us now.
Yeah, this Michael Chang.
Michael?
Yeah, I entered into escrow last weekend. I bought a property in Tustin. A quick escrow will be first week of November. It's a property of income property. It's 6 units. I went to kind of walk through last weekend, Friday, and it's very, very quality built. I mean, I'm happy with that. So it's about 2.4 million.
Oh, that's good.
And last week during the weekend, I mailed the commission split for you to sign. So hope you can sign and come back because it's your escrow.
Oh yeah, no problem. We can sign it for you anytime.
Yeah,
did you give it to Anna, Michael?
No, I emailed to Michelle.
What's that?
Michelle.
Michelle, or you gave it to Michelle?
Yeah, and Michelle it's quite help on the offering process
Okay.
and
Michelle will give it to Anna. We'll put in.
she's very nice. She says she's going to remind me what will be the seller disclosure.
Okay.
So hopefully this week will be signed off the contingency. Hopefully.
Okay, good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Congratulations. Okay, anybody else want to share? Okay, if not, I will not. Oh, okay. If not, I will go to my topic today to give you something on the market update. And as you know, you're the real estate agent. It's very important that you know what the market is and how the market is going, and so that you have enough knowledge to tell your client what you think, what you recommend, or what you can do for them. And the more you know, the more knowledge you have, the more confident you are, and the more you can get trust from your clients. So the market update and the legal updates are very important, and this is one of the tools that you cannot afford to miss. Okay, so I suggest you that you pay a lot of attention on the market, real estate market, and so that you can talk to your client accordingly. Okay, and so. So yeah, a lot of people are wondering what's mortgage rate is going to be, and right now that mortgage stands at a 6.3%, which is a lot less than what we experienced at the beginning of the year, and 7%, and compared to like 2004, 7.6%, we came a long way. And you can see that once the interest rate come down, the mortgage application goes up, which means that the more sales. So we are all expecting the interest rate to come down even more for next week's meeting, because the Fed is contemplating reducing the interest rate by 25 percentage point, and they are thinking of have another reduction in December for another 25 percentage point. So with the two together will be 50 percentage point reduction. I hope that it can translate into to the mortgage. It's not a sure thing that it will translate proportionally to the mortgage rate, but if it does, and if we can get a 50 percentage point reduction, then the interest rate will be like 5.8%. So which is very, very good. I'm sure that it will stimulate the housing market a lot. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully that will get more reduction in interest rate. They projected that by the end of the year, the mortgage rate will be hovering at about 6.0, if not less. Okay, and then if you look at the close weekly, the single family residence close sale weekly, it kind of oscillate a little bit, but in average is more. It's better than the 2024. Right, the weekly they are fluctuating a little bit, but compared to last year, the existing single family residence closed sales grow at 11% compared to the same time last year. So that's an encouragement, which means that you have more transaction close. In the last month, and hopefully that will carry the momentum to the end of the year, have a better 2025. And also the single family pending sale weekly is oscillate a little bit there and here and there, but compared to 2024, it has some improvement. And compared to last year, the single family residence pending sale grew by 15%. Now this is the growth. This growth is very indicative of what the sales is going to be next month, because the pending sale usually close the escrow within 30 to 60 days. So in the next 30 to 60 days, the growth 15% will translate into the growth of the existing sale. So we should have a good month next month or two. Okay, and also if you're looking at by the region, in Southern California is the growth is at 15%, which is right along with the California figure. If you're looking at the employment report, the job growth is steady with Southern California and so with the other area, but the Bay Area, as an exception, it decreases because of the unfavorable housing and also the job conditions in Bay Area. As you know, that San Francisco is undergoing a lot of transition because of the crime rate and the all those turmoils. That's why the employment is getting less, and also some of the tech companies are getting out of San Francisco. So that's why you have the job decline. But for Southern California, we're okay. And the existing active listing is a lot better than 2024. As you can see that it has a constant growth, and then it dipped a little bit, but still compared to 2004, it's just a lot better. And then you have the new existing single-family resident listing added to MLS is also better than 2024. Now, if you're looking at the affordability, the figure is a little bit of daunting. Now, so assuming that you have an annual income of $180,000, and you can afford to have a TI, which is the principal, interest, tax, and insurance payment for $6,000. You can afford to buy a house $927,000, which is the medium price range in the San Gabriel area, and for 6-7%, you can do that. You can afford the $927,000 home, provided that you give the 20% down payment of $185,000. But if you look at 6%, which is going to be hopefully when the Fed interest rate comes down, the mortgage rate will be around 6%. You can afford a much higher price. Instead of 927, you have 1.009 million, and that's an increase of 8.8%. That means that you can afford a much higher price home. But provided, of course, the down payment is a little bit more too. But hey, that's a considerable that you can, something that you can afford. And then when you're looking at the percentage of homes closed after the above listing price, it's still 31%, which means that 31% of the transaction that it was sold at a higher price than the listing price, which means that the seller is still a little bit of a seller's market. The seller, the reason is because you don't have that much inventory on the market, and there's still a lot of demands. So But if you're looking at the buyer side, it's also favorable for the buyer because 42% of the sales you can bargain to a lower price, and 42% is a lot higher than like in 2024, where you have the lowest point is 27%. So that means the buyer has a more bargaining power now, although it's not totally the buyer's market, but it has changed quite a bit. Now the buyer has the room to bargain. Okay. Now, if you are looking at the mortgage rate versus the home price growth, you can see that starting from lowering down the interest rate to 6.3%, the growth of the price home price finally come up again. It has been kind of negative or kind of the zero level a few months ago, but now the price is going up because the mortgage interest is going down a little bit. So keep that opportunity. Don't miss the opportunity. Tell your client that, hey, if you want to buy, this is the time to buy. And unfortunately, the sellers is still locking the interest rate, which is very favorable for them. As you can see here, you have 28% of the mortgage is less than 3%, and you have 35% of the mortgages are 3.4%. So altogether, you have more than 63%, which is less than 4% of the mortgage. So most of the time, sellers are locking this favorable interest rate, and they don't want to move because once they sell the home, it's hard to find a replacement for it. And also, you're wondering why the price is so stubbornly high continuously for California, because you look at the residential building permits compared to like in 1970, 1980, even 1990, is a far cry. Like look at that. This is for you compared to 2000. It's almost 1/3. Meaning that the developer are not building as many homes for California beginning from 2000. And now, in 2025, the permit is like down to 1/3 of that what it used to be. That's why we still have a shortage of over 1 million houses in California. That's why the price is so stubbornly high. And so you compare to the other states and look at the California. Although they have a population of 39 million. And which is a lot more than Florida and Texas, but yet Texas and Florida has a much more residential permits than California, meaning that they are building a lot more homes for Florida and Texas, and that's why the California still have a shortage, and that is why the prices are still high. So now, if you compare to the California in income and the California prices, the income is at 398 and the thousand, and the home price is 757. So you can see that there's a big disparity between the home prices and the medium, the medium home household income. So that's why very difficult for the first buyer to buy homes now, unfortunately, compared to like before. And that's not a very good picture, but nothing you can do about that. So as a result, California only have 55.5% ownership rate, and compared to 65.1% overall in the U.S. So the California is 10 points behind nationally. And so that is why, you know, people, because of the high price and everything, the California, they have a negative migrations out of the state for many years already. And that is, you know, it's getting worse too. Although it's stabilizing a little bit from the last year too, but still, you know, this means that people are moving away from California. But interestingly, you know, some of the people from the other state that some of the people who move from California to the other state like Texas and Florida, they're coming back to California now because of the more favorable weather and because they, you know, they don't have hurricanes and natural disaster, although they have wildfires, you know, but compared to the other areas, it's safer and better, especially for the climate. The weather is much better. You know, we have all around the pretty comfortable temperature. But nevertheless, because of the high price of the house, people cannot afford it. They have to move to other states. So you should be glad that you can afford a house in California. You know, it can live in a comfortable weather, and also the environment is much more integrated. You know, you have more minority and more favorable for minority. And I think overall it's very comfortable living here if you can afford it. And also remember that you buy high, you sell high, you know, and the appreciation in California is still very favorable. In other words, if you buy a house now, even though it's high price, in 10 years, you're going to expect the appreciation to be much better and better off than the other states like Connecticut or Florida or Texas, okay? So the long-term effect is very good. So you have to, this kind of knowledge, you have to talk to you about, talk to your agent, not your clients about it, so that your clients will be more comfortable in buying or buying real estate in California. Okay, so these are the things that I want to share with you so that you can share with your client. So any questions so far from what I have presented? Any comments from anybody? Everybody seems so quiet today.
I thought the slides were outstanding. I thought the slides were very well done, outstanding, and it will be very useful.
Okay, I hope that will be helpful for you to convince your buyers and or sellers by all means, you know. That's the knowledge that is important. Thank you, David. Okay, any more comments? Okay, if not, I wish you a very good week, and we'll see you next week. And be sure to come to the Halloween party this Friday, okay? Talk luck, and you should have a lot of fun. And as I said, the affiliates are officially invited also if you want to come. Okay. All right. See you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
see
you.
you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Everyone. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
what? Thank you, there you go.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Thank you. Where'd you get them at?
Jeff.
It was spot near the house.